What's up people, it's Wasabi and I am back. Now this is gonna be a little bit different, so instead of me telling you what you should buy, what I want to do is help you guys think out of the box when planning gifts for a gamer. And though I'm a little late with this video, what I share today is meant to be helpful not only for Christmas but any occasion. I think products like a keyboard, mouse and mouse pads are great gifts, but today gaming peripherals have become a very personal thing, so it's really not easy to just buy something that a person will use. And really, that is the outcome that any of us would want. So if you know specifically what the person wants, I would recommend sticking to that. If it is out of your budget, I think cash would be a good idea because that can help them to save up the money and choose for themselves. You can put it in an envelope with a nice handwritten card. But if you want to get something for them that you can wrap up and put under the Christmas tree, here are a couple of little gift ideas that I can think of. A variety of mouse skates. Dot skates would be the best because they can be used on any mouse. Create your own sampling pack. I'd imagine it would be very fun to try a variety of skates, and it also helps a person to discover their preference, which is something that will help them for many years to come. Budget IEMs, because IEMs have become increasingly popular for gaming. It's not something everyone will be comfortable with though. If a person has never experienced using IEMs for gaming before, I think gifting budget IEMs is great because it lets them experience using this style of audio and find out if it is really something that they like before they spend a big amount of money on it. And that's because IEMs can be very expensive. Setup organization accessories. Velcro straps for cable organization. This is one of my most favorite things for cable management on the back of my setup. It also lets you cut it down to size and it's reusable. Furniture. A cabinet or a drawer to put under your desk to keep peripherals and accessories. Maybe you can find something nice from IKEA. I actually never have more than one mouse and keyboard out at a time because in Singapore it's dusty and humid, and this practice helps keep my attention focused on one thing at a time. If they have the space for it, a shelf to display their gaming peripherals is a nice idea. A phone stand, and I have mostly been using a one monitor setup this year and have my phone on the side for watching videos and notifications. Also, while I'm gaming or editing videos which are very demanding on my processor, using my phone for these little things have been great. Setup lighting. My monitor light bar is one of the best things that I have ever bought for my setup. It does make my eyes feel a lot less fatigued. I spend many hours on my setup, and as much as I can, I want to take good care of my eyes for many years to come. Also, I use my light bar as a secondary video light for shooting like what I'm doing now, and it's also the perfect lighting for when I'm taking my keyboard apart. Cleaning accessories. A brush and microfiber cloth to keep your mousepad and keycaps clean. I have a video on how I clean my mousepad. You can check it out if you like. I pretty much use a brush like this daily. A mini vacuum, and this is a very useful product that I can use to clean pretty much anything on my setup, even my headphones and camera gear. I mean, it's a vacuum, so yeah. A portable speaker, and this is something that I find very useful for my current setup. I mostly use IEMs, but sometimes I want to take a break from having things stuck in my ears, especially when I'm having a snack or watching movies on my setup. So I've been using my portable speaker as an alternative source of audio. Some monitors have a built-in speaker, but this sounds so much better, and sometimes I let it play while I'm shooting scenes for my videos or cleaning the house. Now I'm gonna share some tips for when it comes to choosing gaming peripherals as a gift, and here are a few things I would think about. The first thing, of course, is the price. When it comes to prices during the holiday season, make sure to compare prices from trusted websites and distributors, and make sure that you get the right model because sometimes the listings can be a little confusing, and if you are ordering from Amazon, for example, I've seen some people order the wrong version by accident, so just be sure to check before you place your order. The second thing is ratings. When you have a product in mind, do some research, have a look at a couple of YouTube reviews and Amazon customer reviews as well, because that lets you see different impressions of the product from different perspectives. The third thing is waiting time, and there are many new brands with good releases, but with new brands, it can feel a bit of a gamble. Brands who have been around for years like Logitech and Razer, you can walk into the store and get a feel of it and buy it off the shelf. For newer brands, most of them you would have to order online, directly on their website or a site like AliExpress, and you know during the holidays you can have lost parcels and delays, so time is something that you should keep in mind. The fourth thing is after sales service. For example, here in Singapore, it's very easy to get a replacement for Razer and Logitech products, but in other countries it may be different. And this is important to consider because if the gift happens to have a problem, which is unfortunately more common with tech products and anyone would like. You do not want the person who receives your gift to struggle with international customer service to get things sorted out if it's a product from a smaller brand. For big brands, it's supposed to be better, but I'd imagine the first couple of months of the new year, customer support from anyone is going to be overwhelmed, so just keep that in mind. And the last thing is new batches, and let's use gaming mice as an example. I would want to give a mouse model from a newer batch if possible, because some brands have a habit of doing silent updates to the quality of their products, which is something they would never disclose for obvious reasons. So if you are ordering online, I would recommend getting the product from either the official website or a popular distributor that has a lot of sales and reviews of that particular mouse. And if you are getting one from the store, just have a look at the serial number, which would usually have the production year and batch number. Now here are some things that I feel are good to know if you can, because it will help you make a safer decision. For gaming mice, it would be great if you know their hand size. Now it's not something that people usually know for themselves, but it would be very helpful for your research if you have this information. Grip style preference, different mice cater to different grip styles, but the safest option would be a universal shape like the Logitech GPX or the Viper V3 shapes, for example. It would also be good to know if the person has a preference for symmetrical or ergonomic shaped mice. And between the two, symmetrical mice are the safest for gifting in my opinion. And if it is for a left-handed gamer, at this point in time, I can only recommend checking out Pulsar's gaming mice because they have left-handed versions of their flagship models. For weight, lightweight is the biggest trend for gaming mice, but honestly, I feel like if you can find anything below 60 grams, it should be lightweight enough for most people. Now, it's not easy to get all this information from someone without spoiling the surprise, and gaming mice are one of the most personal things to a gamer. If you get something that doesn't fit well with the hand or playstyle, then it would be kind of a waste. If you're looking to buy a mousepad as a gift for someone, density recommendation, I would recommend going with a soft. I think it's a good middle ground if a particular mousepad has density options. Size recommendation, 490 by 420 or larger if size options are available for the pad that you're looking at. Also, it'd be good to know what games they play. Generally, control pads would be best for tactical FPS like Valorant or Counter-Strike. Balance pads are a good middle ground for someone who plays a mix of genres. And speed pads for a game like Apex, for example. Glass pads are something that has become very popular in recent years. And if that is what you have in mind, I think it would be a great idea to include mouse gates that are made to be used on glass pads and a gaming arm sleeve if possible. If you are buying a keyboard for a gamer, the most popular sizes would be a TKL, a 75%, 65 or 60. Now 60% isn't something for everyone because you don't have arrow keys, which generally people prefer to have unless it's a Hall-effect keyboard with the mod tab feature. But even so, some people would still prefer having physical keys. Now if I were to buy someone, let's say a casual gamer who doesn't buy a mouse or keyboard every year, who is not caught up to date with all the latest gaming tech and stuff, for gaming mice, I think that Pulsar has good options. Pulsar mice are simple and nicely designed and easy to appreciate. I think they progress to the point where you can find their products on the shelf. And if you would like something more personal, they have a service sort of like a Build-A-Bear kind of thing on their website that lets you customize the mouse, which makes it a very personalized gift. But just note that that will have some waiting time, so keep that in mind. Now if I were to pick a mousepad off the shelf from any big brand, Razer, Logitech and Zowie, I would go with Zowie mousepads for sure, unless the person is working towards a full Razer setup or Logitech setup, for example. The Zowie G-SR SE, this is one of my most favorite pads because it's very smooth on the surface and it doesn't feel too fast. It's a balanced experience for me, and also in my country, this particular one is half the price of an artisan pad. Artisan pads are expensive and very hard to find, but the quality is fantastic. But this is what I would give to a casual gamer to start with. Now glass pads for gaming, I would either go with Pulsar or WALLHACK if you can find them in the store, because they have been doing glass pads for many years now. But if not, one that you should be able to find off the shelf is a Razer Atlas glass pad, and that was my first glass pad ever. It looks good, the size is decent, and it's really not too bad. Hall-effect keyboard for casual gamers, the Newfie Halo 65HE is perfect. perfect. It's a great starter keyboard that gives you all the features and experiences of a Hall effect keyboard. It's got great software, great build quality, switch options, and for the price, it is very hard to beat, but this one is something that you can only get online. Now, I'm not recommending keyboards too much in this video because for those that have good value, you probably only can get them online. And for those that you can buy off the shelf, I would say they are rather expensive. But if you are in a hurry and you have the money to spend, personally for me, of all the big brand gaming keyboards with rapid trigger, the one with the best typing experience is the Asus Falcon HFX. Great looking keyboard that sounds and feels very good for gaming. Profile segment, and these are a few examples of how I would decide what to get for a gamer based on their interests and lifestyle. So what I'm gonna do is share my train of thought, and I'm gonna use my brothers as examples. So brother 1 enjoys games, likes RGBs and interesting designs, but doesn't have much time for gaming, unfortunately. He mostly uses the trackpad on his MacBook Pro and has a computer for gaming as well. I will probably consider getting him a Razer DevAdder V3 Hyperspeed because that is a very good mouse for the price. It's small and it's got a compartment to store the wireless receiver, so that makes it a nice portable option that he can use for both work and gaming. Now brother 2 loves gaming and tech, but he's not the sort of gamer who would take his keyboard apart and stuff like that. He has been using his Wooting 60HE for over 2 years now, even after I gave him a new keyboard. So I think what I would do for him is take his 60HE apart, give the keycaps and case a good clean, probably put in some new stabilizers and Geon Raw HE switches because those feel good and sound the most neutral, and perhaps do a little tape mod to the PCB. Now for the third brother, he has the latest gaming peripherals on the market. He's a reviewer on YouTube. The best gift that you can get for someone like him is to like and subscribe to his channel. But seriously, for someone who has the latest stuff, when I put myself in someone else's shoes, it's not easy. You probably would not want to get gaming peripherals, but instead things that they can use for their setup. My mom is very clever because she got me this portable vacuum, and this is one of the most useful things I have on my setup to keep it clean. And it's not just for peripherals, I also use it to clean my computer and camera gear as well. Also, she made me a Christmas card and I keep it in my backpack wherever I move. And honestly speaking, I think handmade gifts are the best gifts really. You know the old quote, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, and teach him how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime? Well, that's what I want to do with this video in the context of gifting. I hope this video will help you guys think outside of the box when deciding what to buy or what to do for a gift. You know, it doesn't always have to be a brand new mouse or a brand new keyboard unless they need an upgrade or you would like them to experience high polling rates or rapid trigger for the first time. And of course, if you have any ideas that you would like to share with the fellow good people of this channel, feel free to comment down below. There are no wrong answers, you know, and everyone has different thoughts, but whatever it is, it might just help someone decide on a gift, because thinking of gifts is something that even I get stuck on for a very long time. I have a discount code for a number of brands, I think, but I am just going to list those relevant ones in the description below. You know, I really do not want my channel to be influenced by affiliate links and that kind of stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful in any way, please leave a like and subscribe to support the channel, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. And Merry Christmas, everyone.